Tenzin Wangyal social angry. Up next, I'm pleased to invite Tenzin Wangyal to take the stage.
"42 days ago, at 5:38 p.m., Paolo Rangse sat right there and video called my pala. They spoke for a few minutes about division in the Tibetan exile community, about the CCP's new genocidal ethnic unity law, and about education. Loga Rangzela talked about how he deeply regretted that he had, because of his lack of formal education and his difficulty learning English, there was so much he couldn't do. His love for his nation, his desire for Tibet's independence was stronger than anything you could imagine. But after 20 years in America, he realized that his simple patriotic love couldn't bring Tibet's narrative into the world's media or work with the governments of the world to fight against China. He realized that only Tibetans who had the education and had the languages of the world that he lacked could get that job done. We young Tibetans have that privilege. We have those tools to fight for our country. Everything he told Makbala that he lacked, we have, we possessed it. Our grandparents fled Tibet across the freezing, dangerous terrain. Our parents built lives in strange countries, working odd jobs, so that we could get this education, we could get these opportunities. And we could continue their fight. To our older generation, because of that, we have immense gratitude. But Loga Rangzela was right when he said that the infighting and petty politics are destroying our exile community. As a young Tibetan, it's embarrassing to see. And when you see it from our perspective, it doesn't make any sense. Try explaining to us why some Tibetan communities have two organizations, or why some parents won't let their kids play with children whose families believe in Rangze. This reminds me of a story. When my Momo first arrived in India, in Yaga, there was a blatant divide among Tibetans in her village simply because they came from different regions. Kham, Amdo, Uzang. Despite all of them being forced from the same motherland, same homeland, they had the audacity to have these type of regional differences divide them. That mindset was then passed down to their kids, my mother's generation. But by then, the hateful sparks had already weakened. They weren't that close. They were close, but they weren't close to the point where they were as one. Today, in the very same village that was once deeply divided, my cousins play basketball, have sleepovers, go to parties with the same kids whose grandparents were once on the opposite sides of those divisions. With every generation, those walls continue to disappear, and we grow closer as one people. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what region we come from, but on whether we can stand together for Rangze in a fight for our very existence. In light of Paolo Rangzela's ultimate sacrifice, we must leave those divisions behind. We must leave those divisions behind. Because if we were asking the world to stand with us, stand with Pe, stand with Tibet, we must first be willing to stand with each other. My Tibetans in exile, our moment is here. China has brought the fight to our doorstep. Article 63 of the Genocidal Ethnic Unity Law, the law that Lola Rangze died for, protesting, states that organizations and individuals outside the mainland territory of the PRC that commit acts aimed at the PRC that undermine ethnic unity, progress, or create ethnic division are to be pursued for legal responsibility in accordance with law. Listen to that. Process that. Just by being here today in New York City, carrying a Tibetan flag, protesting for our very freedom, we are now criminals in the eyes of the CCP. But we've always known this. We've always known this. China is saying the silent part out loud. In their eyes, being Tibetan is being criminal. Is to be a criminal. I want to end my speech with Paolo Loga Rangzila's final words, his final message. Rangze, Tibetan independence. My generation has heard a lot from our parents about Umilam Rangze. But for us to truly fight for our nation, our cause, we must know the real facts about our history. In 1979, His Holiness's brother, Gyalo Tunduk, went to China to meet with the Chinese dictator at the time, Deng Xiaoping. Deng Xiaoping said to Gyalo Tunduk that if we gave up our fight for independence, if we stopped saying Rangze, if we stopped saying in free Tibet, if we stopped saying that, everything else could be negotiable. Whether it was Kong Socho coming back to Pe, whether if we had religious freedom in Pe, they said that everything would be negotiable. Based on that lie, His Holiness Kong Socho Kuni Chupshipa put forward the Strasbourg proposal in 1988, where he announced Tibet would give up its fight for independence and try for a genuine autonomy instead. That was almost 40 years ago. 40. That's older than most of the Shungi here, most of the younger people here, that's older than them. And for an older generation, that's most of their lives. 40 years based on that lie. Some people have been urging for Umilam. We've been brainwashed. It is not right. We shouldn't rely on China, the people that are committing genocide to our people. Why would we trust them? Why? His Holiness always says, it is our duty as Tibetan Buddhists to hold up all his teachings like we were inspecting a piece of gold and compare them to reality. And if the teaching isn't compatible with reality, to set it aside. Umilam may have made sense 40 years ago when Deng Xiaoping first made his false promise to Gyalo Tunduk. But today, with the new Chinese dictator who's far more brutal, far worse, aiming to eradicate the Tibetan people, Umilam is not compatible with our reality today. The CCP doesn't even let its own Han people have the freedom of religion or speech. Why would they give Tibet a better deal than its own citizens? Think about that. Why would that? Paolo Rangze said it the best. The only path forward is independence, is Rangze. The only way to secure our future, our religious freedom, is independence. Paolo Rangze died to show us the way forward. And with the unified support of our elders in our community, I know we will win. So that we will all soon be reunited in a free Tibet, in an independent Tibet. Rangze! Rangze Gyalo! Paolo Rangze Gyalo! Rangze Dakbong Pimiye! Rangze Dakbong Pimiye! Rangze Tsagbaye! Rangze Tsagbaye! Free Tibet now! Free Tibet now! China to Tibet now! Shame on the CCP! Shame on the CCP! We want justice! We want justice! Shame on the CCP! Shame on the CCP! Parakze gelo! Parakze gelo! Parakze! Tujana!